Back in the book segment tonight, let's bring in the purveyor of BernardGoldberg.com. Mr. Goldberg is in North Carolina this evening. So if you were one of the debate moderators and Trump gets the first question, what would you ask him?
Very interesting, Bill. I would ask him a question that I actually did ask him on camera when I was doing a story for Real Sports on HBO. It was a story about his brand new golf course in Aberdeen, Scotland. And when we came back to the United States, he was toying with the idea of running for president. Okay, this was 4 years ago. And I didn't ask him a typical political question about immigration or China or anything else. I asked him a psychological question. Here, this is what it was. I said, Mr. Trump, why do you brag so much? I think that's a very important question because most successful grown-ups don't brag the way he does, okay? And I like him personally. I've known him for a while, and I think he likes me. And he very politely said, I don't think it's bragging when you're telling the truth. Paging Dr. Krauthammer. I mean, what kind of answer is that? He says his ratings are great, his buildings are great, his golf courses are the greatest in the world, and he doesn't think it's bragging because he's telling the truth? That's the question I would ask him.
All right, but he is a marketeer. He markets himself. That's what he's always done.
You know what? I want to know what makes the guy in the White House. I want to know what's going on up here, not just his policies.
But you never know what's going on up there. I mean, the words really don't matter. But let me just, because I think that was a very, very interesting answer that you just gave for the first question. From Trump's point of view, he's a marketer. That's what he's always done. All right? He's a salesman. He sells. And he's been, as he points out ad infinitum, he's been extremely successful in doing that. But a president is not a marketer, although Ronald Reagan was to some extent. But he's not. What he is a problem solver. And so there is where you go in, and you know, when I spoke to Trump yesterday, I said, okay, look, you can say all this stuff, but you got to give me how you're going to do it. And I think that's where the moderators are going to go. But you know as well as I do, Bernie, no matter what you ask these 10 people on the stage, they're going to answer whatever they want to answer. They're not going to answer your question.
Well, that's one of the things for my advice for the moderators. You want to hear what they are?
I do.
Now, I want to make very clear, this is not advice for the Fox moderators. They're all very good. I have no concerns about how they're going to behave. This is general stuff, okay? Number one, check your biases at the door. Your job is simple. Ask serious, not frivolous questions that the voters care about, okay? Number one. Number two, as you just said, there's a tendency for politicians, you ask them one question, they answer whatever they want. I think it's acceptable for the moderator to politely interrupt and say, oh,
that's
I asked
not what I asked, right?
It's not what I asked, right? Number three, if they still don't do that, when they finish, I think it's perfectly okay to say, just for the record, we have to move on, but you did not answer my question.
I agree.
Number four, never tell us directly or even indirectly with a facial expression or anything how you, the moderator, feel about the subject.
And that's why I can't do the debate, because I can't do that.
Exactly. And if I were Ailes, I would not only not let you do the debate, I would say you can't go anywhere near Ohio for 48 hours leading up to the debate.
That's why I'm going to be in Boston. That's where I'm going to be tomorrow night.
I would send you to Nicaragua.
Well, you do that anyway, and then you tip off the Sandinistas I was coming. That's the kind of guy you are. All right, now, Goldberg went to Rutgers. Rutgers has an embarrassing professor named Deepa Kumar who says the USA is worse than ISIS or something insane. You wrote a letter to the president of Rutgers. What did you tell him?
Right. She's a journalism professor. I was a journalism major at Rutgers. I wrote a letter to President Robert Barchi of Rutgers University. And let me tell you what she said very briefly. She said, yes, ISIS is brutal, but the United States is more so. And then she says 1.3 million killed in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Pakistan. Never mind the exaggerated number. I don't think you should lose your job for being idiotic, okay? I think professors have rights, and they even have the right to be foolish. I just would like to know what the president of the university thinks about
it. And you're an
so
alum.
Far
right.
So
and I got to
I'm
go,
but
so, good. Let us know next week. Let us know next week.
If he gets back to me, I will be glad to let you know.
And if he doesn't, we might have to send Waters out to see him.
No, please don't do that.
No, I have to.
I'm begging you, don't do that.
Do it. Bernie Goldberg, everybody. Factor Tip today, a fun thing to do for you to do during the debate tomorrow night. The Tip, moments away.